know, isn't it weird?
It is, but I love it, honestly. This is what we do all day, is just talk to each other.
Okay, introduce yourself, please.
Hi, I'm Emily, 24, single. Just in case this is a dating show platform.
Imagine I just bring in the bachelors.
But yes,
Girl, I would have done that without.
I wish.
No.
Loving life, love my plants,
Live,
loving,
loving.
live, laugh, loving.
Did you say love your plants?
Yes.
Oh.
I got a new plant. This is very exciting. What?
I love
It's
that.
purple.
Okay.
It's so cute.
Where'd you get that?
My mom. She where you like snip it and then you put it in water and
Propagate?
it yes, she propagated one for me.
My fiance is a
Plant boy.
daddy.
He's a plant boy. I'm
Start by
texting you
getting to
basically.
know you.
Oh God. Okay.
You ready?
I'm ready.
What would you call this era of your life? Make it positive.
I am learning to be an adult in this era
Yeah.
of my life.
Okay.
I mean, I am an adult, and I
No.
feel confident in that.
24, I still feel like.
But like,
You're
I pay my
comfortable.
bill, like I pay
Yeah.
my bills and I budget and like that type of adult. But like,
Sorry.
it's the worst part of being an adult.
Yeah.
But like, I'm still learning to have those tough conversations with friends and have those conversations with family and like figure out what would I really want to do in the future.
Yeah.
Not like work-wise, but just like life-wise.
Yeah. This is your adulting era.
Adulting era, unfortunately.
I hate that for you.
I know. Well, it's like, it's interesting because with so many of my friends being a lot older than me, like not
I know,
you,
why is that
not
happening
you,
to
but
you?
like most of my friends that I like see on a regular basis are 30.
That's so
And
crazy. I don't have
so-
any friends that are 30.
And so it's just like very different, obviously. And like what I'm doing, right? Like they're all getting married. I mean, you are too.
I know,
but like,
none of my friends are getting married.
right.
I'm the only one.
But I went to school in the middle of nowhere, Ohio. So like I just saw 3 people on Instagram got married like over the last 2
And
weeks.
you're also grew up in Georgia, so that probably didn't.
Yeah,
help.
not the girls that I know from there. It's all the girls that I knew in college that are all getting
Really?
married.
No
Yes.
one from your high school has gotten married yet?
No.
Oh.
It's just like weird because a lot of my friends are just in very different places, and even my friends who are close from my age, like you're still getting married. Like
Yeah, but I'm a rare form.
Right, but, like,
It's been. Yeah.
everyone's either booed up or like so single,
Or
right?
they've
Because
been in
they're
like
like
long-term relationships that they're either like, do I jump ship and start
right,
over?
or like I'm locking this down
Yeah,
soon.
My friends are in those eras.
So
too,
my
but-
friend, my college friend,
Oh, yeah.
just broke up with her boyfriend, and she sent me the texts after they broke up, and he was like going in on her, and I know him because like we all went to college
Oh, he
together.
did?
He was like calling her the C word and the B word, and I was like genuinely shocked
Oh, I
that
didn't
he
know
would
it was
speak to her
bad.
that way. I was
When
like,
your egos hurt it really.
I know.
do
I thought
something.
I knew him better than that. Like I know him very well, and so I was
And you're
just
very
very
sur- you're-
surprised. But you know who is watching Love Island? My 19-year-old brother. Him and his girlfriend watch it.
She's a real one.
She is a real one. We love that for her.
Oh, I love that. Okay, well,
Yeah.
my next question. Are you ready?
I am ready.
What's your favorite form of self-care?
I love a paint by number. That is my favorite.
See, thank God you're crafty like me.
I just finished a paint by number like a couple days ago, and I got it for my birthday from Allison.
Yeah.
And it is all of these flowers in mason jars, and
Yeah.
it looks really cute. But it was interesting because it wasn't just the numbers, but then you had to mix paint colors together for like letters.
Oh,
So there were like a whole extra like level. And
Wait,
then they
that's
were
so
like, there are
nice.
details that like we didn't include that you can add yourself. And that's where I'm like, you lost me a little bit
Yeah, I don't
because
know how to
I
detail
didn't want
anything.
I didn't want the creative freedom, but it was like you can just copy the box. So that's what I did.
Oh, you did?
So
Are
like
you
there
done?
was I finished it. It's in my apartment. I'll show it to you.
I haven't done a paint by number in a while. I've been coloring a lot.
I have a teacher coloring book.
What?
That's all. Yes. I haven't told you about this before?
No.
No, it's like literally all like teacher sayings. Like
Dude!
Saturdays are for the teacher, like Saturday, like corny
Silly,
shit,
yeah.
but like, yeah. And I'll send you a picture. I got it as a graduation gift actually when I graduated college.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we established Emily and I are coworkers.
Yes, I guess we should officially say that out
Yeah.
loud.
And we teach children. We teach
Yes.
the
The
future-
youth.
The future of America.
God help them, you know.
We're usually together every single day, but we're on summer break, and it's
I
weird.
know. It's weird not seeing each other every
It's
single day.
Disgusting.
I actually hate it so much.
I know. Okay, name your 3 favorite things about yourself.
I don't know. I try to be a good friend,
Yep.
and I have nice eyelashes, and I'm a good cook.
Oh yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
There you go. Oh, what's your favorite beauty service to get done?
I love a good pedicure.
Okay.
I like having nice toes.
I have to have my toes done.
I almost always have to have my toes
Yeah.
done. In the winter, I don't care because I barely look at them.
Yeah.
Because they're like under socks the whole time.
Exactly. And where's your favorite place that you've traveled?
I really love California.
Okay.
I really loved going to like Santa Monica. It's gorgeous there.
Never been there.
I went in 2012, 2013.
Yeah.
So I was a kid, but it was.
Yeah.
I had such a good time. I really loved it there.
I do like California. I've been to San Diego though.
Yeah. We did like a whole like up and down California
Oh
trip.
wow.
Yeah. So that was super fun.
Yeah, I think I've been there in like LA. Well, like more like Hollywood. I don't know if I've been to like.
Yeah.
Is that the same thing?
They're like a couple hours apart, I think.
Oh really? Okay, so I've been
think
to
so.
Hollywood and I've been.
It's been a while
to,
since I've been there.
Yeah, I've been.
I went to
San Diego.
Legoland, California. That was fun.
That's close to LA, right?
That's in Anaheim, yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's closer to like Disneyland, I
Yeah.
think.
Yes, it's right by Disney.
We're gonna look this up afterwards, and we're gonna look.
I'm
up
gonna
a bunch of
edit-
videos. We're gonna edit this whole up.
She's a math teacher. Don't worry. She's not teaching.
I'm not teaching geography. Do not
I
worry.
almost said geometry, but you know.
Well, I do teach that.
Okay.
Can I tell the story of your first day? Because it's my favorite
Yes.
story ever. So Hannah's first day, I'm teaching shapes because, anyways, and she goes, I was like, oh, can you like help find the trapezoid
No.
to like a student? And she's like, I don't know what a trapezoid is.
Yes, and I still couldn't tell you.
So obviously I didn't do a very good job
I'm not here to
teaching
learn.
you. You should be paying attention
Is
though.
it the short?
Yeah, it has the diagonal sides and then the long bottom. Trapezoid.
Yay!
Yay, trapezoid.
What's the song you scream sing in your car?
Ooh, it depends on my mood. So in the summertime, it's usually Two Black Cadillacs. It's just such a good song. It's a good song. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah,
Okay, but I only really listen to country music in the
summer.
summertime. I feel like it is the appropriate vibe.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Sabrina Carpenter
Oh
right
yeah.
now.
Man-child.
Man-Child, incredible. But I do love Juno, obviously.
Oh,
It's like one of my favorites from that album.
I love you.
So that, sometimes Taylor Swift, usually One Direction, as you know. But right now, the song I've sang the most in my car is Two Black Cadillacs. It's a good song. Or like Goodbye Earl. Like
Great.
I'm very pro women killing their husbands country music. Like that genre.
You know what's so real?
Goodbye Earl, Two Black Cadillacs,
Yeah.
Church Bells.
Yeah.
All of them just killing your husband. Women killing their husband country music is the best country music.
And that's why Emily's.
And that's why, and this is my plea to get a boyfriend. No, I'm kidding.
Let's get into a little Love Island.
Okay, Love
Okay,
Island.
my first question for you is, what's your type on paper?
Here's my current dating standard, again, in case anybody's watching out there.
I will kill you one day.
Yeah, I might kill you one day, but you know.
Whatever.
No, I'm just kidding.
Don't piss me off.
30-ish and under, employed.
You know what's so funny? I was just interviewing my friend Morgan. Did this? She said the same shit. Why?
Okay.
Does that have to be a standard? What is so embarrassing for
Employed?
men? Why are they not employed?
Oh, I thought you were like, your standards are too high.
No.
And I was like,
The fact that we have to be worried, that has to be a standard
I
because
know. Because so many men are unemployed.
it's so embarrassing for them.
It's so embarrassing. Like, why do I have to explicitly say that I want a man with a job?
And this is the second one in a row that my
Yes.
friends
Yes. Well, Morgan's on the right path.
Dear God.
Yes, 30-ish and under, employed.
Yeah.
Preferably has a good head of hair.
In your 20s, you should.
I mean, really,
Get
it's not
some
that
Rogaine.
hard. Get some hair plugs, you know. Do that hair transplant surgery that costs like $1 billion.
Perfect. That means he's rich.
That means he's rich. Rich is not a requirement. I'm a teacher, let's be honest.
Whatever.
But
you have so much more to offer than your money.
no, yeah, that's kind of the list.
Funny.
Funny, nice.
Thank God. Yeah, we're not bringing some mean ass.
No, we don't do jackasses anymore.
No.
I'm not in college anymore. I don't put up with that.
No.
I used to. I don't anymore.
Yeah, like personality, what are you looking for?
I'd like them to be nice to my friends and, like, want to get to know my friends, because I spend a lot of time with my friends, and, like, if you're a boy who's, like, weird around your girl's girlfriends, like, that doesn't jive with me.
That's good, though. I love that. Okay, so that's definitely a quality that you, like, someone that really...
like, it matters to me that, like, you can get along with most people.
And you want my friends around and not... Because I've had friends that, like, their significant others, like, were like,
you have to be used to, like, you have to be comfortable with, like, my friends being around.
Right, and they have big personalities. They're funny. They're entertaining.
Right.
Like,
because what? Like, you're going to come over to watch Love is Blind and you're going to leave the apartment? Like, no.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
You
like,
can stay in your room if you'd like, if you don't want to watch the show, but,
that's fine. Like,
I guess,
but, like, well, that's the thing. You can sit with us and not be paying attention.
Right. Be
right? Like,
but, like, hang,
chill.
Vibe.
Yeah, I would like someone who likes my friends and doesn't have to get along, like, wouldn't hang out with them without me there. Obviously, that'd be weird, but, like, is fine.
Yeah,
that's
a no for me.
Like, if I go to the bathroom, you can, like...
Oh, it's not like so. It's like
you're gonna hold your own. You're not gonna just be like
sounds.
awkwardly standing there if I walk away for 2 seconds.
That's a good
right.
one.
Like, socially adept enough to, like, handle yourself.
I think the guys you've talked to have been pretty social adept, which is good.
Yeah, I mean,
well, the ones you've like
talked about.
The ones you've entertained.
Yeah. So I mean, that is like a pretty strong characteristic of, like, everyone I've ever talked to is like able to do that, because that is, like, personality wise, like, one of the most important things to me, because I also have a lot of family. Yeah. And so if, like,
and your family's so nice and, like,
and
welcoming.
like, if big crowds freak you out, like, this is not going to be the family for you. Like, I'm going to be so honest. I have a lot of cousins, a lot of aunts, a lot of uncles. Like, family is not defined by blood to us. So, like, if that makes you uncomfortable, that does not work for me.
Right.
So, I would say generally a more, like, socially liberal person, right? Like, I'm Jewish. You gotta be cool with that. You know, I have family members who are not white. You gotta be cool with that. Yeah. Like, I know this is, like, super basic shit.
Bars
in hell. The bars that literally in hell.
Not, because some people, like, really, unfortunately, that is the case out here.
But, like, I wouldn't want to date someone who, if we had a child and they came out of the closet, they'd be upset with that. Or,
you know what? That's so funny, because, like, that is really, like, something that I, like, a standard that I have. Like, I want to raise someone where it's, like, I don't feel whatever child we raise, I would be the only one being supportive if X, Y, and Z happen. Right. You know what I mean?
Or, like, this is a really random connection, but Jenny JWoww from Jersey Shore, her and her husband, one of the main reasons they, like, got divorced was because their son was born autistic. Like, I think they're...
Your mouth.
No, I'm, like, 80% sure that this is true.
I never knew why they did.
I'm not saying that's the whole reason, but no, I'm literally going to Google it.
She's incredible because, like, the stuff that she's done and the associations that she's, like, supported, like, with autism has been... I just love it so much.
Yeah, so her... Hold on, I'm, like, literally looking it up. It doesn't say it on here, but it might come out, like, later.
In an article. Whether that's true or not, that is something
regardless, my point was going to be, like, if you have children, you accept them for who they are, no ifs, ands, or buts. Mm-hmm. Like, you can't be someone who, like, I'm going to have a kid, and then, like, if they're not the way I want them to be, then I'm done with them. Because that, like, it certainly happens, you know?
100%.
Like... And obviously that's not something I'm asking on the first date or anything, but, like, you want to know that about people.
100%.
You want to know that they are accepting.
Yeah. And I feel like you don't have to ask that. I feel like sometimes you learn that along the way. Especially with what we do.
Yeah.
You can get, like, the
You get a vibe. If
their reaction
it's the microaggressions.
Right, or seems, like, foreign to them. They're like, oh, wow, like, know nothing about it, or, like, haven't cared to educate themselves about special education.
Right.
Even in any fashion. We don't love that.
Right, exactly. So that's basically kind of it. Like, I don't feel like my standards are so high.
Okay, but physical on paper.
That's the thing, is I've dated guys who look all over the place. So, like, race doesn't matter. Yeah. Good head of hair, nice eyes.
Yeah.
I like a bicep, you know?
What about a smile? What do you hear about that?
Smile. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. If you just, like...
Is it a deal breaker?
No, not at all.
So,
really, there's nothing physical-wise that I would consider a deal breaker.
Then... What have been your thoughts about this season so far?
This season is stressing me the fuck out.
No, I swear.
These people are the worst cast that they've had on Love Island in a while. I just think...
In a while, yeah, for sure.
I just think that...
Did you watch season 5? Before season 6?
I don't think I did. Or if I did, I only watched parts of it.
Like someone from there just got engaged.
Yes.
Like, they had long-term relationships come from that.
And obviously, like, season 6 was, like... the biggest success season. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's like nothing would follow that up well, obviously. Like, you're gonna look at season 6 and be like, it is so hard to top that, especially the season right afterwards. I think my issue is just, like, everyone is so aware of the fact that it's Love Island. Like, everyone is so aware of playing the game that it makes it not feel like anyone's, like, really in love. Like, the fact that Sierra and Nick just closed their relationship this
and how many
most
weeks do we
recent
have
episode.
left?
I mean, it's been 4 weeks almost. 3.5.
And we have 2 more?
I think.
That's it?
I don't know. Like, the fact that it's taken so long for anyone to close off, like, just really makes it seem like...
Yeah.
Not that I think after a week you should be boyfriend and girlfriend, but, like, I feel like last year, like, people knew what they wanted. And, like, they stuck with it.
I don't know why this year it's so adamant that everyone explores.
Right. I don't know if it's just, like, the Huda and Jeremiah stuff, like, set a bad tone.
Maybe.
And so people are, like, overcorrecting.
Maybe.
Like, everyone was so, like, traumatized from Huda and Jeremiah that they're, like...
I know I was.
They're, like, let's go the full opposite route. But I think this is where I feel like people are too aware, is I feel like they know the perception is, like, give everyone a fair chance and then fall in love. Like, I think in their minds that gives them a better chance of winning.
The other thing for me, though, that I think we're not seeing is that, you know, like, everyone that's coming off, they're saying, like, I did give everybody a chance. And so the perception that we're not exploring and getting voted off for not exploring, like, I'm talking about, like, Hannah. And,
like, and Charlie.
Charlie and Bella.
Well, someone had to leave the first episode. I don't feel like that really takes a lot of stock in the conversation.
Right,
because
but she did.
Someone
she
had
said
to leave.
her and Taylor had a good...
That's what, I saw that too on After Sun, or on a podcast or something. Wherever it was. I don't watch After Sun, I'm going to be so honest. If I see a clip, I'll go with, like, none of us watch After Sun. No. I saw a TikTok the other day and it was like, me doing everything except for watching After Sun, and so she's, like, mopping her floors and, like, changing the sheets on her bed. I'm like, that is the funniest shit
ever. Is it on
ever.
Saturdays?
It is. I don't even know what day of the week it is.
No.
Well, it works out that it's on Saturdays because we all have fucking lives to live. Yeah. So, like, at least I'm not, like, missing out on life. Mostly to say, I'm not watching After Sun. I am more likely to watch the All Files podcast than I am ever to watch After Sun.
I'm watching Chicks in the Office, any of theirs.
Right. Literally anything else other than After Sun.
Literally, that's the day that I catch up on my podcast.
Exactly. That's the day that I watch Law & Order. So, my thoughts for this season... I honestly really don't like most of the couples.
Okay, well, who's your favorite and who's your least favorite?
Only because, like, they're the only, like, strong couple. I like Sierra and Nick. Like,
you do like them?
Kind of only out of obligation, though.
Yeah,
like, I really like Sierra.
Yes, me too.
I love Sierra. I don't like Nick that much.
She reminds me of, like, my form of communication. Like, when she's talking to her friends, she gives me, like, that same energy where I'm like, that's totally what I would say to her. Like, that's, like...
Like,
so you're saying what I'm thinking, and I'm glad there's someone in there that's doing that.
She's trying to give advice in a way that, like, 75% of the time is actually useful advice.
Yes, thank God.
Compared to, like, Shelley, who's giving, like, terrible advice to her friends, I feel like.
Yeah, and, well, I feel like the advice she gives, like, it's to guys sometimes. Because who was it? It was, like, Charlie. When, like, Hannah was in there kissing Pepe, she's like, don't give up until she says that she's in there. Making out. His gut feeling was that was happening.
I honestly think a lot of the girls are, like, toxically in this, like, I think they saw the girls last year and were like, we can do that too. But, like...
In what way? Like, would do which?
PPG, right? Like, I think they saw that and they were like, we can have that sisterhood. Like, we can be...
Day one, they were dropping sisterhood left and right.
Right.
Sisters,
and so,
love you.
Which also connects to the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, because remember when Michaela and Whitney were talking in the cafe and she's like, if I say sisterhood, that means you have to come in and call me and to get me. And she had muted herself. I was like, that is the funniest thing I've ever seen. That's what it reminded me of. Every time they say his sisterhood, I think of that. I think my general consensus is they're all too aware of the fact that there is a winner at the end. And I think I've
never even, like, it's so funny because every time I'm watching like, Love Island in any capacity, whether it's UK or, like, in the past seasons, I never am thinking about that, and that's probably why I'm not, like, honed into that, because I'm I literally forget there's a winner until the end.
Right, because the show itself doesn't bring it up.
Ever.
Right? Like, the show mentions it the first episode
Jeremiah
and
did
the last
say,
episode.
Like, make it to the end. Do you remember that?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's all giving calculated, is my problem with this season. I think it's
hard for, everyone says that, and it's hard for me to view it that way. I don't know why.
No, I get it. I do think a lot of it is genuine, but the moments that like, when we're like, why the hell did they do that? That's when I'm like, it's calculated.
Yeah.
Like,
so,
why did they vote Jeremiah off?
I think it's because he was annoying them.
I think it's because they thought he was annoying, but that, A, they never really were his friends. That's what gets me, is like, they were all like, oh, you're my brother, blah, blah, blah. Like, Nick was always like, you're my brother. And then they fucking stabbed him in the back.
Yeah, Nick was crazy. Ace and Taylor, I mean, Jeremiah said after he left that, like, Taylor did surprise him. It's the first time he'd heard that, but I think Taylor's fake, so.
Well, you and I differ about this. I hate Ace, but you've got me all sorts of twisted. The fact that I'm agreeing with Ace right now.
Okay, well then let me read you my thoughts about last night's episode.
Because I'll just say this for a moment while you pull up your thoughts. You have me all sorts of twisted. The fact that I agree with Ace in the Ace v. Shelley conversation right now. Like, I understand that she's upset that he was, like, tonguing down every girl.
Duh.
But the fact that she can't see what she did with Chris could also hurt him is what's crazy. Care.
And the thing is, I was going to say, the Sierra thing, I think you said she's giving good advice 75% of the time. Right now, I think her advice is very biased and very, like, because she's
coming from the hurt from Alandria still thing.
But also her, like, trying to be too much of a girl's girl and not playing devil's advocate and advocating for, like, where he could possibly be coming from. Because her saying last night that he's only mad because she's mad, I don't think that's true.
I don't agree with that
and
at all.
I think that's where Shelley's, like,
being fed from, like, the girls.
Well, right, and she's being, like, very, like, standing 10 toes down because she thinks that he's just mad because she's mad.
Yeah,
and I don't think
so
he is.
When you're acting so upset with Ace and so upset with Huda, but I didn't do anything wrong, and you're only mad because I'm mad. Like, how is that? Like, that's just giving Delulu.
If Huda was mad at her too, that would make sense if she's saying, well, you're only mad because I'm mad.
Right, but she said that to Ace.
Right.
Like, so Ace was mad, but Ace in the confessional was like, I'm pissed about this.
Yeah.
Before they ever talked and he knew that she was upset with him.
Yeah, and, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, that energy could be put towards Huda if Huda was mad at her.
But she's
like,
not.
There'd be zero. But
Huda's sad.
Right. She's not mad. She knows she fucked up.
Yeah. I feel like there was something cut that we didn't see. Because...
Oh, I think she did something cray.
I think there was definitely something we didn't see.
100%.
Because while I was definitely like, holy cow, watching it, I didn't think it was too far.
I think it was
a lot.
A lot,
but
yeah.
I don't think she did anything that went beyond the challenge.
I think the only thing that bothers me a little bit is that she had a choice between all the men.
Yeah, but who else was she gonna do that to? Like, because she doesn't know any of the other men well enough to do that with.
But she also didn't have to. Like, some couples didn't pull anyone. Like, you didn't have to. You could have just done the butt thing to everybody, and she could have kept going, or she could have done the thing with Chris. She could have kissed Shelley. She could have done that whole thing.
Yeah, I agree. I think there were other things she could have done.
There were other options.
But I also, like, compared to what everyone else did, I mean, Alandria and Alon's, like, pulling the other people, that was insane. That was insane. And, like, no one's mad at them. I mean, Nick's a little mad at Alon, but he's got Sierra locked down, so, like, he doesn't care.
For sure, Clark's mad. But like, they're not going to ever say anything.
Clark isn't being a bitch about it. As much as
She's
I don't
only
like
talking
Clark,
to Taylor about it privately.
Right.
Because he asked, right?
And, yes, he asked, and that's her man. Like, if she has an issue with what happened, that is who she should be talking to. Like, as much as I don't really like Clark, I think she handled it way better than Shelley did.
And I think if she did, I think it would be pointless to pull Andrew because all she would say is a challenge.
Right. So, like, I never really felt like any of the girls were really giving Huda good advice. Ever. And so now being like, she crossed my back, like, she crossed the line, it was disrespectful, and, like, I can't trust her anymore. I'm like,
the only thing is,
were like, none of this was real. Like, this is where it comes from for me. Is like, I don't genuinely believe that Shelley specifically ever really liked Huda.
Yeah, that's where I'm.
So I'm like, so now you're like,
I think
she's been
annoying
this is a
her for a little
blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Like, just be like, hey, like, I really just don't think we're gonna be friends.
I think she's right. I think she's just learning that Huda's not the kind of friend for her, and that's fine. And that's okay. She can feel that way, and that's
absolutely.
okay.
But I think she's been trying to pretend to be her friend.
You should tell her that.
Yeah. This is where I think
why is this episode 2 where they haven't spoken about
This is really why I feel like it's disingenuous, because I feel like if it was genuine, she'd be like, hey, I'm here for all the girls, but, like, I just don't think we're gonna be the best friends. What makes me feel like it's disingenuous is she was trying to be everyone's friend.
Who, Shelly?
Shelly. So far so that, like, I think in her mind she's like, oh, I'm gonna be like Serena or like Janae or
Leah.
Or not even, Leah really wasn't everybody's friend because she had a lot of beef with people, but, like, I think she
Janae was always everyone's friend. Yeah,
I think she thought it would get her farther to be everyone's friend, whether or not she actually liked them or not.
It's a good take.
And I don't think that makes her a bad person at all.
No.
Like, you gotta play the game. It's reality TV. Like, how much of it is really real?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't feel like it's fair to Huda to have been, like, a fake friend. If she really was a fake friend.
Yeah.
To then be like, well, because you did this, now I'm not gonna be friends with you anymore. Because then, like, were you ever really her friend?
No, I think she's been annoyed with her for a while.
Yeah.
But Hannah did say when she left that, like, everyone else was very, very annoyed with, and that's what I'm saying. I think everyone got annoyed with Huda and Jeremiah alike because of all of that. And I do think that if Huda was in that bottom, I think it would have been the two of them home that night packing their bags.
Absolutely. I think Huda would have been voted out, and honestly, I was surprised that she wasn't in that bottom 3.
Yeah, like
I feel like the conversation,
you let us down.
The conversation online made it seem like everyone fucking hated her. So I was really surprised when she wasn't even in the bottom 3.
Could have been producer push too.
Could have been producer push. I know a lot of people speculate that the producers have had a heavy hand this season.
Yeah.
That's the thing, is I feel like they all saw what happened with Jeremiah and they couldn't let it go. And I'm not saying that they had to. I'm not saying that you should excuse someone that fast for, like, pretty terrible behavior. But don't pretend to be her friend, right? Like, if you're over her shit, which I would
be too, yeah.
I would rather than be like, hey, this is not the friendship for us, and, like, really just not engage with her.
Yes, I was gonna say just take a step back.
Be fake. That's where my issue is. It's like Sierra, like, her, like, talking shit about Huda behind her back really surprised me, because I feel like, when her and Shelly, this past episode when they were talking about it.
I literally think that none of them like her girl wise, and they've been waiting for, like, one of them to do they've been waiting for her to do something to one of their men.
Right.
Because Hannah literally said, I was the only one, like, I had to tell her to stop talking about it to everyone else. I think they've been talking shit about her for a while, to be honest.
Yeah, I just think we haven't seen it. I don't know if it'll come out during movie night, because usually movie night, they show things, like, we've also
That's
seen.
what I was gonna say.
Right, like, usually it's, like, a clip we've seen, but they haven't,
Do you think they're gonna have movie night?
I don't know, I hope so.
After tonight, I don't know, man.
I hope so.
They're really switching it up with, like,
because I think Sierra doesn't realize how bad the Alandria Nick kiss was.
I don't want to see it again!
I mean, I don't want to see it again either, but I don't...
No, I don't want her to see it either, but she's gonna see it regardless.
She's gonna watch it when she leaves the villa. And I think that was really bad for them.
It was really bad. They didn't have to do that.
Right, like, I think they could have, like, smooched once and be like, yeah, but they were tonguing down.
Sucking on his lip. I hated it.
A little lip bite at the end.
Like, twice, girl. You never even did that to Taylor.
Right.
That we saw.
I really, Friday night's episode, which was when they did the Casa Amor recoupling, I thought was so interesting. Mm-hmm. I thought it was more dramatic last year. When they did, like, the walking in.
That was crazy.
That was crazy, but also I don't think you had, like, the strongest couples going into Casa, so, like, that wouldn't have
rewatched
worked.
it after the recoupling last weekend. I rewatched
Season 6's recoupling. And then I was cracking up about Amaya always crying her eyes out. And then I also commented on what is Vanna's real skin tone, because in the last recoupling, before she went home, she had different color. Like, her chest, her neck. Bad? That's what it looked like on camera, at least. Like, she had 3 different skin tones going on.
Queen.
And then, watching Amaya and Zach talk, I was like, I cannot understand a word that they're saying, because Amaya is always, like, making up words. She talks in, like, Auslan speak. You know how, like, in The Wizard of Oz, they, like, make up words? Yes. That's what Amaya does.
I know.
I love it.
Do you think she knows it?
I don't think she does. But I love it for her. Oh, my thought about the kissing challenge that I said, I have a thought about the kissing challenge, but I don't want to spoil it. The one from last night was...
Oh, you mean the heart rate challenge?
No, it must have been the heart rate one. I don't think Jaden really likes Austin.
Oh God, no.
No.
And why would she?
No,
She is so fine.
I was like cringing my eyes out watching Austin and Taylor specifically try to be sexy. I was like, y'all don't know what you're doing.
They're noodles.
They're literal
They don't
noodles.
have a sexy bone in their body.
They don't. That's literally what I texted you. I don't think Taylor has a sexy bone in his body.
Neither of them.
No. And yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like everyone took it way too seriously.
How do you feel about the new setup of Heart Rate Challenge? I didn't.
Of it like being like a performance. Oh, the couples.
Oh, I didn't like the performance aspect of that. That was kind of crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it was fine. I didn't like really prefer it one way or the other.
I think I preferred the other way just because it was like, you know how when the guys came out last season, like one by one, and it was just the girls. I think it was because it was just the girls. Like they could be silly and they could be like, they didn't have like the guys kind of judging them or whatever.
That's
like
fair.
having other boys be there,
right?
Or like having their partner sitting next to them
while they're like tonguing them down.
No, literally, that's so awkward.
No, you bring up a good point. I think
that's the only thing.
I think the dramatic effect is having both of them there.
Yeah, for sure.
Obviously,
but then it's like because they're standing. It probably was production. There was a reason for that because.
It drives me crazy how much you can tell production has had such a heavy hand.
Yeah,
because if the partners hadn't been there, right, they wouldn't have seen how bad it was.
True.
First of all, like maybe they would have lied about like what happened, and then like maybe it would have come out during movie night.
Shit. That would have been really messy.
That would have been really messy. But also, I just think I think the heart rate challenge. I mean, you can't really control your heart rate that much, to be honest. But like,
also saying like
it's gonna hurt because they were partnered with their person.
I know.
You couldn't get your partner as the heart rate that rose to the highest. So I think it's like bound for causing drama. Which, if that's the point, that's fine. But I feel like that is like needs to be an earlier season challenge if the point is to stir the pot.
Yeah.
Because you have enough
people are having
couples and people have feelings at this point. And so like you are actively hurting feelings when the challenge part of this is to be as crazy as possible.
Right.
Like this challenge is basically like go all out without having sex almost, or like go all out without.
I feel like that's what this whole season has been. Like they're very freaky this season. Oh my
like,
God.
No.
Also last night when Pepe friend zoned Andrea, I was very surprised by that.
I was floored. And
she's like, I think I've just friend zoned.
Well, she did get friend zoned, and then either it was at the end of last night's episode or in the preview for tonight's episode when Brian was like,
"Oh no, that was last.
That was last night." Okay, when Brian was like, "I don't think this is working." Like, I think this is just like
Pepe.
It's because she wants Pepe. She hasn't been putting any effort into Brian.
Yeah,
and he's like a fine-looking guy.
Very
like he's very handsome.
Very cute together. Yeah.
Well, but then the guys.
But he did say he thought it was just physical.
This was in the preview. Was Clark and Jaden and what's the blonde girl's name? Grayson. She has like 0 screen time, so I never.
I know. I like her though.
I like her from when I have seen, but I don't know her well enough to have a real opinion.
Yeah.
Them being like, I feel like our current connections are holding us back.
Oh, I didn't.
Yes, they said that in the preview for tonight. They're like, I feel like our current connections are holding us back from exploring. Because think about it, like
because they're Casa girls, so they're like they like owe them something because they brought them here.
Right. And not even like in a like you owe me way, but just like.
Well, that's how what they feel. They feel like
they
loyal.
probably feel loyal. But also, like, you come back, and then there's all of this drama. There's the Alandria and Taylor drama, and then, like, the next night, we're having the, like, heart rate challenge, and now everyone's pissed at each other.
I feel like the heart rate...
So, I feel like now is honestly their best shot of, like, sliding in there while everyone's upset, and, like, breaking, like... I don't think you're going to break Nick and Sierra apart at this point,
I mean,
but, like...
Yeah, no. They're close off.
I don't even know. Like, a Taylor and Clark breaking them up, or Ace and Shelley... I don't know. That was really bad this episode. I know she's an Ace and Shelley stan, guys. I really don't like Ace.
Shut up.
But you had me on his side this episode.
Okay,
like,
can I say my piece? I've actually thought about this yesterday because not this piece, but something that I said when I recorded by myself when, I don't have anyone to respond to me. I thought about saying this to you because you were when you and I spoke about the Ace and Amaya conversation with boundaries.
We had very different opinions about it.
Okay, well, what's your opinion on Andrina setting her boundary right after the recoupling with Brian and saying the same exact thing?
No, I think she was wrong for doing that too.
And no one seems to care online.
Well, I think that's because no one cares about Andrina and Brian. I think that's because no one gives a shit.
Why do people care about Amaya and Ace?
I think it's just because Ace is one of the, like, main characters.
I know. That's so annoying because it's like we all said if it was a girl, then everyone would be like, slay queen for your boundaries.
No, I didn't think it was right of her to say that right after the recoupling either.
No one has anything to say about it.
Now, Brian didn't really have a reaction, right?
Okay. Yeah.
But it wasn't
sure
him.
that's, like, threw
but
it
that
off.
wasn't why I was upset. It wasn't me. I wasn't upset with the fact that he said it. I didn't care that he was establishing that boundary. I think it was the way he went about it. Of like,
how was it different than what Andrina did?
Because she was like, Amaya was obviously upset by that, and then I didn't feel like he
he
was
definitely
like,
got the ick. Yeah,
he got the ick, and then he like stonewalled her.
Yeah.
And so I just think it's fine for him to get the ick. That was my issue. It wasn't the how he said it, or it wasn't the fact that he said it. It was that like
when
after
she
the
started
fact,
getting emotional. Yeah.
it was like after the fact that he was just like, yeah, no, I'm done. Cause like,
Yeah.
Cause then it makes it feel like, well, I just picked you just cause, right? Like, Andrina at least is like, hey, I still want to explore, but like I'm still into you, and like I'm sure they've talked since then, and we just haven't seen it.
Yeah.
But like, he said that to Amaya, and that was it.
Yeah.
Like, there was no going back to Amaya.
Well,
he wasn't then balancing both of them, and then I would have been like, yeah, that was the appropriate thing to do.
Yeah.
If he had done that, I would not have cared. If he had, like, said that to Amaya, she would had the right to feel her feelings about it, because I still think it wasn't, like, a nice thing to say right after the recoupling. But, like, he said that, and then he didn't even pretend to still be talking to Amaya afterward.
No, he definitely didn't like her.
That's where my difference is.
My thing is, another thing that I realized too is like Austin, like 2 days into, if anything, if it was 2 days.
Jaden.
No, like 2 days
Amaya.
into Amaya, he shut down completely, obviously, and no one ever addressed that. Ace is such an asshole, but Ace was honest. Was it harsh? Yes, but Austin lied to her face when she asked, which I think is really fucked up. But the other thing is, then that leads me to think, okay, this is a second person that has felt very uncomfortable with how fast she's moving in their couple within 2 days, or with even.
I will say it is setting a bad pattern.
Exactly.
For her. But that's why the first time I thought it was a rude move.
Yes,
because it hadn't established the pattern yet.
I think a lot of people, and this is what pisses me off. That is where the Ace hate started, and no one has. This hasn't clicked for, like, none of these things have like made people dislike him less. When this is where it stemmed from, and yes, he's done. Like, you know, things sense, but like I don't think people would be as irritated with the other things if they weren't so irritated about like the Amaya stuff. So like the Ace,
I don't know. I think there are some people who are on your side about the Amaya thing who found her really annoying and like didn't care. But I think the Jeremiah thing was a big deal for people.
100%.
I don't necessarily agree that had he not done that to Amaya, people wouldn't have been as upset. I think he portrayed himself as a guy's guy and like there for the bros and like I have your back, Jeremiah. Like, you know, you're kind of acting stupid,
I don't
but
know
like
if he ever did.
I don't know that he ever actually did
Jeremiah, but to Nick and Taylor, yes. But I don't know if him and Jeremiah really were ever.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they just never were that close.
I think the people are mad because Taylor and Nick did with Jeremiah, and then
Nick and Jeremiah were like
and then they,
tight,
right,
and then they did that. So, I think people see Ace as like the mastermind.
I do think that he has been like. I wrote in my notes, like, I don't like that he was saying, like, I don't lose, and but, ew, shut up.
Right. That makes me
That's
ick.
disgusting. And if he did not let down his guard, that was all ego. If he did not let down his ego guard last night, I was going down the path of getting very frustrated with him.
Yes. But he was genuinely very vulnerable.
Yes, and
in
that's
talking
why
with Shelly.
I think that...
That's why I'm on the rebound with him. Like, I really am.
Yeah, I think that... He's very hurt, and I don't think that this is... If he was saying, like, last night, like, I've done all this for you, too, like, why is it not... Like, I've done all this for you, it's not working. If that was the vibe, like, oh, it's not working, I'm not winning you over. I do think that most of the things he did do for her were genuine now. Because he said, like, why am I not enough? And that was really sad. Because, like, if he had worded it differently and had a different demeanor when he was talking about it, I feel like I would have... thought that he was all of that wasn't genuine and like for the
right like when men do something for you because they expect something in return.
No, I don't
think it was like that at all. Yeah, no, I agree with you.
I think if he had talked about it differently and gotten like angry and egotistical more than he had been, than it was, because I think he's getting egotistical about the
Chris stuff.
Chris, and in the past with Austin, like I think that was a blow to his ego. But I think when he does do nice things for her, it's because he's honing in and trying to show her that he does like her and all these things, even though they could seem calculated. I think last night did show me that I've been right about some things about him, and I could be wrong about other things, but
I will say I do genuinely think he has always liked Shelley.
Me too.
I've never thought that his actions with her were disingenuous. I always thought, like, no, he's being very genuine with her.
Well, that's why I was always trying to look into it, because I'm like, why is everyone thinking that he's so calculated?
I don't think it has to do with Shelley. I think it has to do with I think the calculation accusations come from his interactions with the other guys. I think that's where it really comes from.
I don't disagree.
I was actually really impressed with him this episode.
Me too.
Because normally, like, you know, girls, usually in, like, a reality show, usually the girl was right, let's be honest.
Always.
Like, the girl is almost always right.
Yeah.
Shelley was not right. I think Shelley was in the wrong. I think she was having a double standard that she wasn't upholding for herself.
Yeah. That's why I wrote, I hope she clocks his ass, because if you're going to be this mad at Huda, clock his ass because he was into it. But he did say, but she didn't even say anything to him about it. He said, I know that I was into it physically, and I'm sorry for that. Like, I shouldn't, like, I know that was too far. He addressed that, but she's not even, like, I think that's why it was...
She's not even accepting the fact that her going back for Chris a second time could hurt his feelings.
Because I don't think I think she's being too stubborn and too hard-headed about the fact that he was in the wrong, they were in the wrong, not me.
Right. I don't think she's able to realize, like, you can both be wrong in the situation.
I think, and it's so hard for me to say this because I've been thinking this for a lot of the season, but she is a woman, and yes, she is the prize, but she's like a sitting duck. She doesn't put any effort into these guys. Yes, she pulls them for chats and stuff, but, like, she's not doing anything to, like, reciprocate or, like, reassure.
Affirm.
Like, until they, you know...
ask for that affirmation.
Yeah, and so it's hard because I'm like, you expect them to just sit around while you're exploring other connections. And
I mean, that's literally what Ace was saying, too.
Yeah, and like, so that's why I'm frustrated with her. Because you are the prize girl, and you deserve to be treated well by all these people, and brought all the breakfasts, and do all the things, and have people pursue you, but men have value, too.
Hate to say it. You've heard it here first. Men do actually have value. No, you make a good point. And this happens in all the franchises, right? Yeah. Of, like, you expect the person who is the one being fought over to be the one to give validation, right? So, like, on The Bachelor, right? There's only one guy. Oh, my God, yeah. Right? Yeah. Like, the women expect The Bachelor to give them some sort of assurance that they like them, right? Yeah. Or, like, Farmer Wants a Wife, which I'm also obsessed with. Like, like, the girls expect him to be like, oh, yeah, you do actually like me. Because the girls are usually fighting for their place, usually they're like, I just want you to know that I like you, right? Like, usually the girls are always saying it in those, like, one man, all the women shows, because that is how they're, like, fighting for their place, right? Yeah. Is like, if you were the Bachelor, if you didn't know how I felt, you'd be like, oh, yeah, get rid of her. Yeah. So that's why the women are always like, oh, no, I really like you, I really care for you, I want to see where this is going. They're always so vocal. Yeah. Because it's Love Island. I think she thinks her place is very secure. And so she doesn't feel like she needs to do that anymore. Yeah. I mean...
I think when she saw Coco's ass walk out with him, I think it sucks because...
I don't think she thought there was any chance that he'd pick Coco over her.
She is I will say 10.
She's at a 10 out of 10. I will say, this was the closest I came to disagreeing with the fan theory that Ace and Shelley have actually been dating this whole time.
No, they have not been.
Some people, like, really believe it. I don't.
Even if they did, I wouldn't care. Whatever.
Even if they did, I wouldn't care. But, like, this is a pretty gnarly fight.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't think that they were actually dating.
I want to find what they say tonight. Okay, wait, let's get to this.
Quiet you are in the bedroom.
We know, girl.
Ever since Handle It, have you been playing it safe?
I don't care to hear what you have to say anymore. No, you don't know what I really want. You know what you want.
That's not on me. That's on you problem. I can give up.
He looks like he was gonna cry.
I know. I do feel bad for him. Like, I think Shelly's gonna write some fucked up shit about him for this one.
Wait, let me.
I think she's still gonna be pissed when they do this.
Oh.
And she's gonna write something really
Playing
terrible.
it safe.
I don't care to hear what you have to say anymore. Stop talking to me. No, you don't know what I really want. You know what you want.
That's not on me. That's on you problem.
I can give up.
Okay. She literally says, "No, I don't know what I really want." And he said, "That's not on me. That's a you problem." Yeah. Girl,
Yeah.
what? You literally just admitted you don't know what you want. That's crazy work.
Is that what she said?
Yes.
Play one more time, because I don't feel like that's exactly what she said.
What I really want. You know what you
Not on me. That's on you.
He looks like he was.
I know.
want. Stop talking to me. No, you don't know what I really want. You know what you want.
That's not on me. That's
She
on
said,
you
no,
problem.
you don't know what I really want. I thought that's what she said.
Oh.
To me. No, you don't know what I really want. You know what
No,
you want.
you don't know
That's
what
not
I
me,
really
that's on
want,
you,
is what she just
I
said.
can give up.
Huh, so I'm interested to see what he said first as to what she really wants.
Yeah, I think the problem with these episodes is it doesn't actually, like, fix anything.
Wait, but also, what do you...
Whenever they do these, like, tweet episodes
Oh,
or,
yeah,
like, the
no, it
talking
does.
shit
It just
episodes.
makes people feel
like,
insecure.
it just makes people feel bad. And I feel like if there was at least, like, one, like, resolved issue from it, I would have, like,
Maybe
more,
there
like,
will be.
Like,
It
I
seems
think
like everyone's gonna cry, though.
I know. But, like, I feel like it'd have more value if they were, like...
Yeah. No, it's just for the drama. And
It's just for the drama.
But
And, like,
that's why, like, Leah last season was like, I was in the psychologist.
Like, twice a day.
Yeah. Awful, because this is definitely fucking with their mental health. This episode specifically is going to be a
these
really
last
hard
couple
watch.
episodes
But
are
also,
really hard.
okay, so if he's saying, you don't know what I really want,
That's what Shelly said.
yeah, you don't know what I really want.
I don't know. I think they're cutting. They're also like
No, but he
it's a
said that's
pre-cut,
a
so,
you
like,
problem. Or she said, you don't know what I really want, you know what you want. And he said that's a you. I don't think that's a her problem. I don't think...
I don't know. I think it's so out of context we can't make a
Maybe
decision
you're
yet.
right. Okay,
I think we need to wait
we'll
to find out.
regroup.
We'll
But-
regroup. I'll be here next week.
Literally.
I'm just kidding. I mean, unless you like it, and then I'll come back.
Exactly.
So yes. So if you missed it on the app, they had you vote on all of these most from least things.
Yeah.
And they say it may be showed in a future episode. Do you want to start from the bottom or the top? Hannah editing here. I need to pop in because I need to address some things before we start our ranking. This was filmed pre-Sierra racist scandal. And I want to make that very clear. I think our rankings would have been different. Well, actually, no. I know our rankings would have been different. So, enjoy our rankings. Just know that in the back of your head. Bye! Back to us.
Top.
Okay, so the first one was rank the boys from most to least genuine.
You want to go first?
I put Chris
Is most genuine?
most genuine.
Okay.
I really like Chris.
Okay.
Big Chris fan.
Okay.
Chris, Elan, even though he's a little sneaky last episode,
like him.
like I think he was like honest in like what he was going for. Like I think he's genuine in
No,
like
I
his
just-
intentions.
No, not that. I thought that him being like talking shit was
Sure.
funny.
Chris, Elan, then Pepe.
You guys have 17 minutes as of right now to
Oh, Zach, Taylor, Nick, Brian, Ace, Austin, TJ.
You put Taylor above Ace?
Because I think he's genuinely an idiot. I think he is genuine in the fact that
think
he's a stupid
after,
man.
After the whole Landry thing, I think I
don't
was
know.
very bamboozled by
I
him.
think he really thought he liked her.
I don't. I mean,
Difference of opinion. I mean, we don't know. We're
now
not in
after
his
this,
head.
that whole time I did.
I don't know.
Okay, mine is Pepe,
Okay.
Ace, because he is
I know.
genuine.
I know.
Whether you like him or not, you
No,
might
that's
not
fair.
like his genuine self.
No, that's fair.
Nick, Chris, Zach, Brian, Elan, Taylor, TJ Austin.
I have a fun fact for you. Taylor, TJ, and Austin are almost exclusively in the bottom 3 of all of these lists, just so you know. Okay,
They
the next one
fucked
is
up.
rank the boys you'd want to be stranded on a desert island with from most to least.
Mm-hmm.
So I've Chris, Pepe. This is basically just like who am I smooching list.
Correct.
Yes, Chris, Pepe, Nick, Zach, Elan, Taylor, Brian, Ace, TJ, Austin.
Okay, ours is pretty similar. Ace, Chris, Nick, Pepe, Brian, Taylor, Elan, Zach, TJ, Austin. The only reason Taylor's a little bit higher up is because he is mildly entertaining.
Yes, no, that's so
he could
valid.
do a little.
You can do a
cowboy
little dance. All right, rank the boys from best vibes in the village to worst.
Yeah, crazy.
Okay. Taylor, Pepe.
Taylor's the best vibes.
I think he's so
He's a
funny.
noodle.
I think he's so funny,
Okay,
but it
okay.
has nothing to do with
Okay.
him being a noodle. I think he's hysterical.
You're right. Okay.
Taylor, Pepe, Nick, Elan, Chris, Zach, Brian, Ace, TJ, Austin.
Okay. Mine was Nick, Pepe, Ace, Zach, Chris, Brian, Taylor, Elan, TJ, and Austin. We're such haters.
Yeah. Rank the boys from best boyfriend material to
Yikes.
worst. Chris, Pepe, Nick, Elan, Zach, Brian, Ace, Austin, Taylor, TJ.
Okay, mine was Pepe,
Okay.
Brian,
Ooh.
Ace, Chris, Elan, Nick, and Nick is lower because his head turns so quickly.
That is true.
Zach, Taylor, TJ, Austin.
Okay, rank the girls you trust with your deepest secrets from most to least.
Okay.
I put Elandria, Iris, Sierra, Shelly, Amaya, Huda, Jaden, Grayson, Andrina, and Clark.
Okay.
A fun fact, Clark is going to be my last one on all of these
Every
as
single
well.
one,
Every
me as
single
well.
one. I hate Clark.
Elandria, Sierra, Shelly, Iris, Grayson. I do like her a lot.
I want more Grayson screen
Me too,
time.
me
I
too,
want
me
more
too, me
Grayson
too.
screen time.
Jaden, Andrina, Amaya, Huda, and Clark.
Look, I'm sure she's a lovely girl in real
I
life,
don't care.
but
You suck, wieners.
I don't want to. No, Peacock told us we had to love. Love Island's about love. We can't hate online, remember?
Anyway.
Alright, rank the girls from most to least kind.
Okay.
Amaya, she might annoy me, but she's very,
Very
nice.
kind, yeah.
Yes. Amaya, Sierra, Grayson, Elandria, Iris, Huda, Jaden, Clark, Shelly, Andrina.
Damn, you put Clark higher up than. She's not kind. Anyway.
No, but I don't think, who I put lower than her, Shelly and Andrina, neither of them are being kind right now. Like, Andrina, because Huda was talking to
Yeah, that
her
was crazy.
upstairs.
I wish
and then
I
she
didn't put her
immediately went
as-
back downstairs and,
Damn it.
told it to her and, spun it in a way.
I didn't take that into consideration. Damn it. Well, my first is Sierra, then Amaya, then Elandria, then Shelly, because usually she is pretty girl's girl overall.
Mm-hmm.
Andrina, Grayson, Iris. I don't know why I didn't put Iris higher. That was a mistake. Jaden, Huda, and Clark.
Clark. Yeah, it's no offense to the Casa girls. We just don't know them very
Yeah,
well
they're
to
not getting,
rank them
any
very
freaking screen time
high.
at all.
Because there's just too much going on. That's
Yeah.
why it's cut the tape with Elan. We're good.
Yeah, good.
Him and now that
I've
him and
seen
Sierra
enough.
are done.
No,
I
literally,
feel like we
I've
can move on.
seen
You know what I
enough.
mean? It made sense at the
was
time.
it Elan and Amaya that talked?
Yes.
Yeah, I think
I'm
they're
kind of
good.
in for that. Yeah.
I'm in for any of it.
All right, rank the girls from most to least genuine. Iris, Elandria, Amaya, Sierra, Huda, Jaden, Andrina, Shelly, Grayson, Clark.
How high up did you put Huda?
6.
Oh.
Dead in the middle.
Okay, I have Sierra, Elandria, Shelly, Andrina, Amaya, Iris.
What about Iris?
I
You
don't
put
know.
Iris so
I don't
low.
know. I don't
like
know.
Iris.
I don't know why I did that.
Okay, fair enough.
I think I just.
Her being like Sierra, the fact that you don't think it's weird that Nick and Elandria made
Wait, I saw
out.
this TikTok. This one girl was like, "Shut up! This is not the time to open your mouth." Jaden, Grayson, Huda,
Clark.
You know what? It's just
Look, her
I'm
eye
just-
rolls and sass can really be done without.
who?
Clark.
Oh, stop laughing! What on God's green earth could be that funny? Stop it!
Or
Such a
when
bitch.
they surprised with Nick and Elandria coming back in the morning, and Elandria's like, "Good morning, Islanders,"
Shut-
and she was like, "Good morning, Islanders," under her
Go
breath. I was
fuck
like,
yourself.
rank the girls you'd want to go on a road trip with from most to least. I put Sierra, Elandria, Iris, Huda, Grayson. I know. Wait, let me explain. Grayson, Amaya, Andrina, Shelly, Jaden, Clark. The reason I put Huda so high is I have a lot of friends who are like her.
Who?
Not anyone you know, like friends from college,
Oh.
who I do believe she is doing the best she can.
No, I just.
And I feel like
want
on
her
a
to stop
road
talking to
trip, you could try and talk some sense into her.
Oh yeah, you know what? She'd be my favorite project.
Right. I think outside of the villa, because obviously this place is such a pressure
No, I
cooker.
do. Her TikTok is very funny.
But her baby daddy's out there supporting the hell out of her
I love
right now, and that takes a lot.
Yeah.
That shows
As
a
a man.
lot as a man, and also what kind of person she is.
Yeah.
Out of the villa.
Oh, yeah.
So I feel like in the way that Leah, which Leah was never as bad. Leah after Love Island was that is not who I am as a person.
Yeah.
That situation made me go absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
I'm paraphrasing.
Yeah.
But I think that is what Huda's going to say coming out, and I believe it, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, I do think
Especially because she was away from her child, which does a lot of things to your mental health.
away from her kid in a
Yeah.
situation that, like, is high pressure, point blank, period.
Yeah.
The pressure of, like, being on TV. I have a lot of empathy for her. I think she's acting terribly, but I have a lot of empathy, and that's specifically the road trip question I listed her higher, because I feel like you could get through to her.
Yeah.
And I
love
feel
a
like with
road
enough
trip combo.
time and, like, getting to know her, like, I think she's a better person than is being portrayed.
Yeah. Okay, fine.
That's my
she-
very brief Huda defense, because I can't defend her in most other things, to be honest.
My list is Sierra, Shelly, Alandria, Grayson, Andrina, Amaya, because Amaya talks too much. I keep forgetting about Iris. I'm so sorry, girl. I think you were Iris, Jaden,
Clark at the end.
Huda and Clark without failing.
No, I
on the
know.
bottom.
Okay, I think I messed up on this one, and
this is
I
the
don't want
couples
judgment on this one, okay?
Okay.
Rank the couples you'd want a vacation with from most to least.
Okay.
I put Grayson and Pepe first, because they're fine.
Okay.
It'd be fun. Like,
Yeah.
Pepe's hot.
Yeah.
Grayson's hot.
Yeah.
And they're both nice. So, like,
Yeah.
it'd be fun. This is where I messed up.
It'd be
I put Clark and Taylor second because I didn't think about Clark. I just thought about Taylor. And I really like Taylor. He's so funny.
Yeah, but
I
that
know
would
he, like,
be
fucked it up with
awful.
Alandria. But that's the thing. If I'm not trying to make out with Taylor, I feel like Clark's relationship with the other Casa girls.
She's not a girl's girl.
But with the other girls who
might
were there
be.
during Casa.
Maybe.
Sierra and Nick, because I love Sierra.
Yeah.
Shelly and Ace.
Uh-huh.
Amaya and Zach.
Uh-huh.
Huda and Chris,
Uh-huh.
Andrina and Brian, Iris and TJ, Jaden and Austin. And Iris really got dinged because I can't stand TJ.
TJ, yeah.
So she really got
Really
brought to the
be-
bottom by him.
Really be your own man.
Yeah.
Mine are Shelly and Ace.
I know.
Clark, hello? Sierra and Nick.
Oh, I was like,
Grayson and Pepe. Andrina and Brian, because they seem like they'd be fun.
yeah.
Amaya and Zach. They're both nice. Huda and Chris. Iris and TJ, pretty high up. Jaden and Austin, and then Clark and Taylor.
Yeah. All right. Rank the couples from coolest to least cool. Which,
Yeah.
like, I feel like this is a hard one. Because
What a
it's
weird,
like, why are
what
we
a
saying
weird
cool?
question. Yeah.
Very middle school, but okay.
Yeah.
Sierra and Nick. Unfortunately, I had to say Iris and TJ because I love the Barbie Ken dynamic.
I
between
do.
them. I do.
Yeah.
I'm
she
sorry.
said you're the Barbie to my Ken. I'm like, girl,
Right.
that's not. You're the Barbie. He's the Ken.
Well, that's what she meant.
She meant. I
but
know. It's
yeah.
so funny.
Shelly and Ace,
Thank
Jaden
you.
and Austin, Huda and Chris.
Be
Grayson
for
and,
real.
I just like Chris.
No,
Chris
be
really-
real about Austin and Jaden.
Oh, did I put? Okay, whatever. Because I like
Whoops.
Jaden. I
Yeah,
like
she is
Jaden.
cool.
Grayson and Pepe, Amaya and Zach, Andrina and Brian, Clark and Taylor.
Mine's Shelly and Ace, Sierra and Nick, Andrina and Brian, Grayson and Pepe, Iris and TJ, Jaden and Austin. I did put them a little higher.
Yeah, so shut up.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck. Huda and Chris, Amaya and Zach, and Clark and Taylor. Okay, my thing is, I feel like I was also ranking based on if this is going to go into like people going home.
Yeah.
That was definitely in the back
That's
of my
fair.
mind.
I don't know if it will because it's so
There's
there's
a lot.
too many of them.
Yeah.
I feel like,
Yeah.
but I think I'm curious if there'll be another vote tonight on this episode. I don't know. We had a lot of recouplings right in a row, so I feel like we're gonna
Yeah,
get a break.
why are we so... Yeah, we
I feel like we're gonna get a break for a little bit,
Please.
but I feel
There's a lot
like
of pressure.
either the end of this week or the start of next week we'll get a new recoupling.
I swear, if Ace and Shelly don't make it out of this, I will be heartbroken.
I think they'll make it out. I think it'll be okay in the end.
Yeah.
I think he will either cave or she will actually realize that she's wrong.
I didn't like last night when like her and Sarah were talking. She's like, I don't want to talk to any. I understand wanting a break. I just didn't think it was very mature.
Yeah, I mean, but sometimes the most mature thing you can do is, like, take space to, like, decompress so
Yeah.
that you don't, like, say something you don't mean.
Did we?
But Huda and Shelly never talked about it afterwards. So, like,
No,
there's a
just
couple
don't
of
pray.
there's a couple of conversations that need to be had on Shelly's part for sure.
Yeah, and she's
Um,
not. I feel like she feels very overwhelmed right now.
Yeah, I think she'll
Yeah.
have them. I don't know
No,
how
for
she'll
sure.
handle them.
Yeah,
Like, I think she's going to
They
be done with
need-
Huda
they need
for
to
sure.
stop. They didn't need to not be back to back to back to back though.
Yeah. I think she'll be done with Huda, and I think her and Ace will work it out.
Please.
I think this next episode, that's the thing. It's like, since I've been watching, no one's really, like, just left, like, self-eliminated, right? Like, Rob threatened to a couple times last season, but no one just left, because I think what they're gonna say about Huda is bad enough that she might.
Do you think they're gonna be really mean to her?
I think they're gonna be really mean to her tomorrow night.
You mean tonight?
Or tonight, yeah. I think they're gonna be really mean to her.
I don't like
want
that.
them to be.
I don't want anyone
I don't
to be
want
mean.
them to be mean to
No.
her, but I think they will be.
And I don't. That's the thing.
Because I think Shelly is like kind of rallying the troops around her.
Yeah, I feel like as much as I have my opinions on these people, do I want anyone to be mean to Clark? No.
No.
At all. Do I want anyone to be actually mean to Taylor? No. I think they all know what they're doing is, like, it's not like they're not self-aware. That's the thing.
Right.
Hood is the only one that's like, what with Jeremiah was mildly unself-aware, but now that's over with and been over with. We don't need to clock that again. He's not even in the villa. I don't know who else would need, like, a...
I think people might clock Nick.
For what?
Just having his head turned so easily.
Maybe.
With the Elandria stuff.
Probably Iris will clock him.
I think Iris will say something to Nick.
Yeah.
About the Elandria kiss.
Yeah.
I mean, other than that, I think it'll be the intercouple drama that's gonna, like, the Shelly v. Ace, the, like...
who is going to write this stuff about them? Do you
I
think...
don't
No. We're so stupid. Producers are going to put some dumb shit that we're all saying online.
Yeah, I mean, that's entirely possible, but then, like, people will be like, no one wrote that, and then, like...
And in
then
the
they'll know it's the
preview, Hood
producers.
said, I wrote that. I
Yeah.
need to know what that was about.
I know. I don't think anyone's going home tomorrow night, because I think it would be
No.
bad timing. Like, you have all of this
Like,
drama.
can it be fucking 8 p.m. already?
My prediction, I don't think anyone will go home for the next couple of days.
No.
I think, depending on how they vote...
Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night. I
that
think there's two versions. I think there's version 1 where America votes.
We
and
haven't even really, except for...
I think version 1 is America votes out a couple. Like, a couple.
Yeah.
Not like one and not like a boy and a
Step
girl.
it up. Austin and Trina need to get out.
Yeah. Because they're just not doing anything for the plot, you know?
Oh,
or
boy.
even like
Taylor and Clark are out. I forgot.
Taylor, I would say Taylor and Clark
Yeah,
would be
people
out
really
first,
get
but
it.
I do think they actually like each other. So like,
Oh, yeah. The
I'd
only-
rather them stay over Austin and
The only
Austin and
reason Austin
Jaden.
is still here is because people just kept fucking up. And,
Right.
Like, he just
America couldn't get it together.
the skin of her teeth.
I think either America will vote out a couple, or
Yeah.
they're gonna do the same bullshit of the Islanders vote people out. But I think it will still be a couple. I don't
Yeah.
think they're gonna try and break couples up at this point.
No.
because I think like
People
who
like
would
each
you
other.
do that to?
Yeah.
Like Austin again? You know, like Austin and
Andrina
Pepe.
Brian.
Like.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't think it would... I think it's less interesting that way. Like,
Yeah.
I think there's too many people in the villa,
Yeah.
first of all. There's 20 of them in there right now.
Is there?
There is. They said that. Every single bed has 2 people in it, except for the 2 singles.
Which
There's
is
literally...
Andrea and Noah.
There's literally 20 people in it, because there's 10 couples. Because if you count, like, how many things you
10
voted
plus
on...
them. Oh my god, that was...
Or there's... Sorry,
Yeah,
there's 9...
10.
There's 9 couples plus the 2 singles.
So 20 people.
So
oh
20
my god.
people. So that's the
And what
thing.
did we start
that's-
out with, 10?
That's far too many.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 couples plus our 2 singles.
Oh, and that's why we didn't vote them for any couples, because they're not a couple.
Right, because Elandria and Elon are not a couple.
Yeah.
They're just there.
Yeah.
So I think they'll either... I
single and vulnerable.
I don't know that Elandria is going to last much longer.
I don't think so
Because I
either.
don't know that they're bringing in a lot of bombshells soon. They always bring in 1 or 2 closer to the end. But, like, even if that's
But they
who
also
she...
haven't kicked anyone out in a minute.
Right. I think... Here's what I hope happens, at least. I'm not saying this will happen. My hope is the next episode, they will cut 2 couples. I think they need to cut 2 couples, and then either, like...
Bring in some fresh meat.
Or either, like, a couple and Elan and Elandria. Like, they need to get rid of 4 people.
Yeah.
I think they need to cut 4 people. I think one of them should... At least one, if not both, should be couples.
Yeah.
And then they can bring in 2 new bombshells.
Yeah.
I think that's what they need to do.
And they
I think...
need to be men.
Or 1 man, 1 woman. That's fine.
True.
But because like if Elan and Elandria both stay, they need somebody. I think it's interesting the clip that they had in the preview of all the Villa girl, like the I know they weren't in Casa, but I'm calling them the Casa girls because that's when they came in. Like all the Casa girls being like, we need to like shake it up, like being like,
yeah, that
our
would be
current
good.
relationships are holding us back.
That's why I think it should be 2 men, because 1, they're bored, and then 2, like, we...
Could use different men.
Yeah.
We need to rotate them out.
Yeah.
They're getting stale.
Exactly.
I think at this point they're gonna try not to break up too many stronger couples.
I think people should try to connect with Brian, Elan, and I think people should try to connect with
Grayson and...
Well, I think that's who should try.
Grayson and Jaden. Even Clark,
Chris,
Amaya. I don't think Amaya and Zach are not working out.
No, Zach and Alandria talk about. I don't feel that. I think it's so weird because I think bombshells never like connect with each other,
right?
And then also like Casa people never really like. Why are we?
That's not true. The bombshells do connect with each other. Iris and TJ are both bombshells.
But no, I mean the ones that come in together, which is so odd to me. I'm like, why don't you explore that person?
I think Amaya's right. I think Zach is in it for the just like hanging out.
You know who he's friends with?
Who?
Miguel.
That doesn't surprise me whatsoever.
He's really good. Yeah, they're really good friends.
I think he's just there for the vibes, you know? Like, I don't think...
Well, yeah.
I don't think he really thinks that...
Which I hate.
It's like the bit that it's like, you're just here for the zip line. he's just there for the zip line, you know? I think they need to cut 2 couples and bring in 2 new bombshells. And either 2 men or a man and a woman.
Yeah.
Because I don't think at this point...
Well, the girls are the one who are verbally expressing that they're bored with the men. That's what I'm thinking.
Yes, but I don't know that the girls seem less willing to like jeopardize their place than the boys do.
Yeah.
Because I don't think the boys realize that they should be worried. Like, I think the boys are like, oh yeah, we're just chilling.
Yeah.
And so they're not thinking about it, which is why I don't think we should give them new girls. Like, I don't think the ones who are single are working hard enough for a bombshell.
I know, and the girls are like, what I want is 2 new boys. I want Zach to go. I think Elan should stay because he seems like he's actually like interested.
Trying.
Yeah. I want Zach to go.
I'd be fine with Austin going.
Obviously.
Yeah.
I think I think Jaden could find a really great connection in there.
I was surprised Jaden and Nick didn't work out, honestly. I kind of thought they were cute together.
I think that was producer pushed, so.
Yeah.
If we're going to do couples, then Jaden.
Okay. Pick which 2 couples you think should go. Like, couples, we're not splitting them up.
Austin and Jaden and Zach and Amaya.
I agree. I think it should be Austin and Jaden. I genuinely
don't think Amaya's going to find anyone. I'm sorry.
No.
I think she's so sweet, but I don't think.
I think her rep is, like, too bad in the villa.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Or Huda and Chris are going to go.
So that's the thing. People like Chris, but, like, we either need to, like, move on from the Huda situation or vote her out.
Correct.
Like, we can't be doing this wishy-washy. We like her, we don't like her, we're her friend, we're not her friend. Like, either get over it and be like, hey, we're not friends, but, like, we're going to be civil, or vote her out.
Yeah.
Like, let's not back and forth this anymore, because it's just, like, annoying.
Even America,
if you're over Huda, get her out.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think she should go.
No, I think she's fine in.
I think
she's trying.
Chris does not seem that into her. He was like, Shelly's still my strongest connection, but I am getting to know Huda more.
Well, last night he said that. Kind of taking a step back, though.
I think
he's like, I won't put flowers on her pancake anymore.
I don't think, because I think he knows Shelly's not going to pick him over Ace.
Hell no.
So he's going to stick with Huda because that's how he stays.
Yeah.
So I'm going to change my answer. I think it should be Zach and Amaya and Huda and Chris. Austin and Jaden, not Austin and Amaya. I think it should be Austin and Jaden and Huda and Chris. And if it's not Huda and Chris, it should be Amaya and Zach. Those would be my 3 to go. There's Grayson and Pepe.
And Grayson.
They're like fine.
No, I want them to stay.
I like Pepe.
And I like her too.
Oh, or Andrina and Brian. They could go. They can go.
She's hot, but she's got nothing really.
She's kind of like...
Yeah. Actually, I'm going to say Austin and Jaden and Andrina and Brian.
The thing is I think I actually really like Brian and Grayson. I think that would be a fun pair.
I like Brian too. And I like Grayson.
That's the thing is I don't feel like either of them... I don't think Andrina has any other options.
That's what I was literally about to say. I don't think now that Pepe is a no-go for her, I think that she's done for.
So I think if we bring in 2 new male bombshells, Andrina's smoking hot, like, they'll be into her.
Yeah.
So, like, maybe we keep her for that purpose, because then Brian can stay and get to know, like, Grayson.
Yeah, it's just going to be so interesting to see who, like, actually...
Or Alandria.
Or you think we're going to vote?
I don't know if we'll get to vote or not. I hope so.
Maybe Thursday we'll vote and Friday we'll
But the thing is America doesn't seem to know what to do, so...
I do. Everyone get on board. What is going on, people?
I was really surprised. I really thought... the last vote didn't make any sense to me.
None.
I agreed with some of them, but not all of them. Like, the fact that Amaya was in the bottom totally made sense.
But
not and Iris being in the bottom, she just got in there.
Not
like,
Hannah.
duh. Hannah being in the bottom didn't make any sense. Like, pick Huda or pick.
That was crazy. I hated that.
Yeah.
Yeah, she would have been gone.
And it seems like the Islanders should have their rights taken away on the voting. We cannot let new amendment to the U.S. Constitution. Islanders are not allowed to vote. What the hell?
Also,
what the hell?
Need to see what they talked about. That's still burning questions for me.
I know. I think this time they made the right choice.
Or maybe they'll show that.
I think the Casa recoupling, they made the right choice of keeping
yeah.
Alandra and Elan. I think that was absolutely the right call.
Yeah.
Although Zach with a C was very handsome.
Very handsome.
Very
not
handsome.
what I expected.
My type.
Coco would have been great too. She's beautiful.
Coco was stunning. I think the loyalty of like, well, whose connection is more threatened by them staying. Like, I think in their mind they were like, Elan is less of a threat than Coco is. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
Like, I know they voted boys and girls, but like, I think they were like, Elan's really not a threat to Sierra and Nick.
No.
Sierra's head over heels with him.
But he
I don't
seems
think-
into it, and he could.
I think Coco was an actual threat to Ace and Shelly.
Yeah, she put
So,
that little
like-
heart next to his name. I said, "Girl."
Yeah.
Back up.
I think Coco could have been an actual threat, which is why they didn't vote to keep her.
Yeah. Even though he wanted to keep her, and I was like,
Yeah.
please, no.
It wouldn't have worked anyways. Yeah, I think we need to remove the rights of Islanders to vote. And also, if they're gonna vote, don't have it be every single time.
Yeah,
Like,
switch
every
it up.
vote.
Because they're like, oh my god.
Every vote starting with America and then ending with the Islanders. Like, cut it.
Start
Cut the
and end
tape.
with
You know
us.
what I mean? Like,
Start and end with us, man.
right? Like, because then it's not a shocking event, right?
Yeah.
I think it worked so well last season because it was shocking and horrifying when it
Especially
happened.
at
Of
the
like
end, too.
them voting out Andrea. Was that her name?
Yeah.
Yeah, Andrea. And then Rob being like, "You just voted 3 people. How there's 3 people going home
This is
tonight?"
3-0, but now you're still here, bitch, in your overalls.
Yeah. Right, in your stupid overalls. But like that had so much more of an effect because it like was a shocking thing.
Yeah.
But like now it's like every time there's a recoupling, I'm like expecting them to vote.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, this isn't shocking anymore. And we know where their like friendship loyalties lie.
I know.
Because they're not really doing it for like they always are like, she deserves to be here the most, that's why she's here. But it's like, no, because you didn't like the other two.
Yeah.
Which is fine, that's part of the game. But like, you can't have that be every single vote.
Yeah.
Because then it's just a popularity contest the whole time.
That's what's been happening this season.
But it's like, it has to be a popularity contest, not just among the Islanders. Like,
Well, that's-
America
okay, and
is
that's
seeing
why-
more of the picture than they are.
Yeah.
Right? Like, well, I'm not sure that that's true. Let me take that back. We are seeing more of the drama than they probably are. Like, those intimate, personal conversations that the
Yeah.
other Islanders aren't seeing.
Well, I think, like, the Jeremiah was not I think it's because, like, he actually did deserve to find someone new and have, like, a genuine, like, not dramatic connection, and I think that was based on a popularity contest. I think they just didn't like it.
Yes.
And
Right,
that's not
because like
cool.
Jeremiah and I mean, who knows if Jeremiah and Andrina would have actually worked out or not?
They
But
could've,
like
though. They
they
seemed to
could
really like
have.
each
They
other.
liked each other, and
I
like
mean, they were attracted to each other.
Yeah,
It could have
and,
been
like,
something deeper.
everyone knew Austin didn't actually like Maya at that
But also,
point.
he could have done great in Casa.
That's the thing is people knew at that point that Austin didn't like Amaya.
Yeah, that
Like,
was
why did we keep him?
both.
Why
She
did we
had
keep
no-
either of them? Amaya, I understand more over the other two girls because did Amaya or Hannah come in first?
They came in together.
They came in together. So like,
No, Hannah was forming real connections
Yeah.
where it was genuine and reciprocated.
I wonder if the Hannah is the you were crying over Charlie and now you're making out with Pepe like 24 hours
They didn't
later.
even say that. They didn't even say that. They were just like, she isn't exploring enough. That's what they said.
I know that's what they said. I'm wondering if that's the real reason, though. Is because they feel like she, like, because they all really loved Charlie,
Yeah, maybe.
seemingly. Like,
Yeah.
they all really seem to like him. And so I wonder if, like, her swapping so fast was like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
So annoying. That was a hard episode.
What are your predictions? Anything else besides just the who we think should go?
What I want to happen is that Shelly and Ace overcome and are stronger than ever. I want Clark to be fed up with Taylor, honestly.
I think she could do better.
I think when she does get fed up with him, I will stop being so annoyed at her.
Period.
And then, I don't know if we're done with Nick and Sierra drama, but maybe.
Honey, you've got a big storm coming.
I think if there's not a movie night, we'll be done. I think if there is a movie night, we won't. Do you
might
think
get-
we'll get a movie night?
might get
I
movie night
think
this
we
week.
have to get a movie
Yeah.
night. If not, I think it'll be the end of this week,
Yeah.
and then I think we'll have a vote out after that.
Yeah.
Maybe
Thursday or Friday.
Thursday or Friday is movie night, and then Sunday or Monday is voting.
Yeah.
That could be good.
That would be good. Because
we gotta clear the house out. There's too many people in there.
Right, I think Thursday could be movie night, and then the aftermath
is Friday. Saturday is after sun, and then Sunday could vote, and then Monday would be the elimination.
Yeah.
Or we could vote Friday night.
Yes.
And then have the elimination Sunday. Well, this has been real. Thanks for having me.
Of course, come back anytime.
Yeah. We'll have to come back. I think if I'm not back in time, like if it doesn't work out, that we can do another Love Island recap together.
Are you gonna watch Bachelor in Paradise?
We will do a Bachelor in Paradise
No one
recap.
else is
I will watch
watching
it.
me.
I will absolutely be watching it. Although I don't know how I feel about the Goldens being on the same
know,
beach.
it's gonna be
We'll see how it
so
goes.
insane.
Stay tuned.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Pod.
Queen.
Love you too.
Bye.